Now we turn to Mercer County. One local hospital held an event to give non-nurses a glimpse into a day in the life of the nursing staff. Take a look. Now, as part of National Nurses Week, WVU Medicine's Princeton Community Hospital hosted the Walk with a Nurse program. It happened this morning at the hospital in Princeton. The program gives members of the board as well as other non-medical people in the community a glimpse into the working life of a nurse. One of today's participants is one of the board members, Leslie Wellman, who spent some of her time in the nursery with the staff caring for babies. Wellman tells us this type of event is vital for members of the board like herself to see firsthand what the nurses do and what they may need to do their jobs more effectively.
It was important for us to see this equipment is important. Do you have what you need? Do you have the education, the support from the administration? Walking a mile with a nurse is just, today is just a little bit of what we're able to see, but it is phenomenal.
This is the second year that the hospital's conducted the program, and Wellman hopes that other members of the community who participated got as much out of it as she did.